What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Bofina1, bringing you guys in another YouTube video. So today I want to talk about the whole thing with the student loans, as this, obviously affects me and many others, college students that have either graduated or not graduated, whatever the case is. So for those you don't know, the loans have been in forbearance now for, I want to say, close to about a year and a half, not quite two. It might be about two. Once this whole next stage of forbearance goes into effect. So pretty much loans are now being put into forbearance or have been extended now through the end of January of 2022. So loans will go back into regular, payments or monthly payments February of 2022, which has caused quite a bit of commotion. You have some people that feel as if, hey, you took out the loans, you should be responsible to pay them back. And then you have some people that are in situations where, they haven't been able to pay them back. They still are trying to find a job. And I guess from a person like me that went to college, I graduated. For those you don't know, I'm not going to say what school I went to, but I graduated with an industrial management technology degree with emphasis in production and design, meaning I know how to use, I can weld and use CAD software, so SolidWorks, all that type of stuff, right? And for me, I have a portion that I own, and then as well as my father took out a portion, that he owes. But in a sense, typically, I look at it as, the portion that your parents take out is essentially the portion that you're kind of vouching to pay back to them at some point or another, right? Nonetheless, the loans have been in forbearance, meaning there's no interest. So I think the problem is that a lot of folks some people are saying, oh, well, why are they making such a big deal? People should be able to pay back their loans. They took out the money. They should be able to pay it back. And I do agree with that. I mean, it's like a loan for a house, right? You go to the bank, you figure out how much you need, how much you can put down, whatever the case is. And that's all nice and dandy. That's fine. The problem is that the interest rate, a lot of these loans, for me, I have Great Lakes. So a lot of their interest rate is crazy. It's an absurd amount. It's not so much the amount that people took out. It's the amount of interest that is occurred or accumulated on that loan that essentially enables that person to ever be able to pay it back. I mean, I went to a middle of the road school. I didn't go to like a Yale or some super high end school, right? So for me, for 5 years, I owe between my dad and mine, about $130,000, right? That's like someone's house, like half of someone's house. Or if you got a 2-flat, that could be almost a 2-flat depending where you're from, or where the market is at. So I think the biggest issue is not so much about people going to school and then trying to get over and not pay back their student loans. I think the issue is that the amount of interest and how much they're charging. My school was about, I think it was $25,000 or something like that to go to school for the year with, room and board, all that stuff. It's crazy how much they're charging people to go to school. And that's the biggest issue. That's the big discussion that I think a lot of people are having, is that they say, oh, millennials, you guys are staying home until you're 30 or later, right? Well, the problem is that cost of schooling has went up, but a lot of people's salaries are not there. I'm in a situation where I'm able to pay a good portion. So I'll probably be done with my loans by the time I'm 30, if not sooner. But a lot of folks are not in that predicament. A lot of people are going to school for things that, in a sense, don't create a good ROI or return on investment. And at the same time, some people say, oh, well, then they should go to school for a STEM-related field. And for those who don't know, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. And I understand that perspective too, but then it's you need people in other fields, right? You need firefighters, you need teachers, you need you need different groups of people that are in different departments. You can't have all STEM majors, right? And at the same time, why would you want someone to go to school for something that they're not passionate about, that they're not interested in either? That's not good, I would say. At the same time, I feel like that's the whole reason why you go get the extra learning, why you go to get a bachelor's degree or a trade or whatever, because you want to do something that you would enjoy doing for the rest of your life, if that so be the case. So I think for people to be, in my opinion, insensitive and say, oh, well, they took out the money, they should be able to pay it back. It's two things. Yes, they took out the money, but you also shouldn't be charged the crazy amount of interest that people are being charged on top of the loan. So them putting it in forbearance is actually allowing for people to actually be able to pay off the principal, no interest, and actually have a fighting chance at paying back some of that crazy amount of like interest that's occurred on your debt, you know. But hey, that's just my opinion on it. Everyone thinks differently on it. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts about this down below in the comment section. Do you think it's a good idea that Biden has extended the forbearance? Do you think he should continue to extend it? Do you think he needs, I don't know, like, let me know what you guys think about it. So let me know. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace, Fan Army.